I understood perfectly the importance of this great manager.
Now we became a serious option for him. Yes, that's what I can say. Yes, for sure. Yeah, could be a dream come true. Yeah.
As far as any potential signings are concerned, though, nothing done this week.
Not about signs, about the players we have in the squad. Some of them, are injured, and we are working to recover them, and the rest of the things we'll see in the future.
Doumbia and Kayambe, though, presumably are available.
They are come back from their national teams. One of them is sick this week, and then maybe he's not ready, but that's all.
One that I will ask you about is a key player, Giorgi Chakvetadze. How's he?
Yeah, he's better. He feels better. We protect him in the last week because he needed to rest some days, but he's working with the team this week, yeah.
I think the big question is who's going to partner Matty Pollock in central defence. I know you're not going to tell me, but that's obviously the key issue. Would you consider going to 3 centre-halves, or would you still prefer just to play in the 2?
Yeah, I consider different formations, different shapes, but for me it's not so important the shape, it's more important the different ways we face the games, the concepts, the way you attack, the way you defend, more than one shape. The quality of the players sometimes can change the same shape and can be more offensive or more defensive. Then, I consider different ways to try to answer your question. I consider to play with 3, to play with line of 4, different shapes, but the quality of the players, in my opinion, change the games and make the difference.
You made 8 changes last weekend for the FA Cup tie. You're likely to revert back to the team that's been doing so well in the Championship, 4 wins in a row.
Yeah, for me, FA Cup is a shame, but now FA Cup is finished. We are concentrated on our competition, where we are living a good moment, and try to keep going, try to keep playing the same way we did in the last Championships games, and that's our objective now.
And at Vicarage Road, you've been really impressive. You'd be hoping to continue that really good run of form.
Yeah, we feel really well playing at home. And everybody knows how difficult it is to get points playing away. And then I'm sure we will have the fan support, and it's something we enjoy when we play at home. And in this month, we have to play important games, 3 games at home, and it's something we know, and we have to give value this situation, because after we suffer when we play away.
Promotion has always been the ambition, which is what the Scott Duxbury said at the beginning of the season, and so too did the owner. Is automatic promotion realistic as well now?
Yeah, my objective, is try to win next game, and we've spoken many times about the objective or the classification, about that. In this moment, there are many games left, and I prefer to be focused on the next challenge, that is try to play against Milwall. Of course, at the end, we'll see when there will be 10 games left, we can speak about the objective, the final objective. But now, I prefer to give importance the 3 points are in play in the next game, and that's all. But in my opinion, we have to be demanding with ourselves and try to win all the games. That's the best objective we can achieve. Try to win all the games we have to play.
You were on such a roll, 4 wins in a row in the Championship. It feels like it was a long time since you've played in the Championship. Do you think that little pause will have helped you?
I suppose we'll feel better winning games after 4 wins in a row. It is something like that. I think it helps us to play better. This motivation to get another one, to be able to win 5 games in a row. This is a motivation for us, and it's something I think is good for the team.
And it's the Graham Taylor Matchday tomorrow. You obviously know how important he is for this football club, but I mean, he'd be delighted just looking at your form recently, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I know how important Graham Taylor is for the club. I knew from my first day here when I arrived. My first day, I understood perfectly the importance of this great manager. And then it's something I could feel in all the games at Vicarage Road, listening the workers, listening the supporters. And then I think it was, as everybody knows, it was a great manager, but at the same time, not only what he did, the way he did as well was important. That is a great reference for all the managers here.
And what do you expect from Milwall? They play a similar system to your team normally. What do you make of them?
Yeah, it's a team that they are competing very, very well. Very good team. In the position they are on the table, we are close, both teams, and we know it will be demanding. If we want to get the 3 points, we have to give our best 100% because they compete really, really well all the games. We have to be ready to defend well, to attack well, to defend well set pieces. They are really powerful in this phase of the game, and we have to be ready for that. Very competitive team, and knowing they are doing a great season.
And just going back to the January transfer window, how often do you speak to Valon and Gianluca Nani and Scott Duxbury and the board about potential signings and what's going on? Is it daily? Is it weekly?
No, every minute, every hour, I speak with Valon, with Gianluca every day, many times. Sometimes we don't need speak about that. We trust on they are doing, the club is doing the effort to find the best options for looking for new players, the players we need. And that's what I need to be focused on my job. I cannot be watching a lot of videos about players, about that. I know the club is doing in this moment a big effort to try to look for the best for the team.
It's a difficult one. Do you sort of keep your fingers crossed? Is that?
No fingers crossed. I don't need that. Finger crossed for other people. I trust in the good work in this case Valon and Gianluca are doing. I believe in the same way I believe in my players. I believe in the rest of the club.
Javi, is foremost Mendy didn't play last week. Is he in contention to play in that centre back position that's kind of open at the moment?
Yeah, in my opinion, he's more centre back than right back. If we play with 4, if we play with 3, even more right centre back as well. It's one of the players we have, and we'll see at the end of the transfer window if we have more players or not, and maybe his position on the team can change.
Mm-hmm. He obviously hasn't featured under you. Is that just a case of what's the reason behind his lack of action since he signed?
Foremost. Yeah. The main reason is that I have to choose players, and in this case, as it's obvious that I prefer other players, but at the same time I have to recognize that he always has a very professional attitude. He's a very good guy, and it's hard for me to manage. It's hard for him to accept it, but in this moment I try to choose what is the best for the team.
And good news this week to see Rocco back on the training pitch. Don't know about this weekend, but good that he's getting closer.
He's starting to do something, to work, and we'll see when he's ready, because after the time he's been injured, he needs to adapt day by day and be secure that he's in the right way. It's important for us to try to arrive at the end of the season with all the players in the best condition to give us their best. Is what in this moment we are not in a hurry, to recover. We want to recover as soon as possible, but at the same time, all the staffs are doing a big effort to recover all the players, and I suppose you could see in the next games.
Valon, we'll carry on the centre-back conversation. How is a potential signing in that position progressing?
No, it's as Javi said, it's something that we are working on for sure. At the beginning of the transfer market, the idea was just to find some solution from some player that didn't play so much, because right now we are 30 players. Then happened the Max Alena situation, which we didn't expect, but we are not in a rush, to be honest. We have so many options, also because I think it's important to understand how attractive we became right now, also because of the statement that other clubs say about us. Manchester City recognize the work that we did. Is a work that the technical staff are all involved in the individual work that is important on the player. We saw with the Otmane at the beginning, we didn't see him so much. We saw with Max when Javi arrived at the beginning, wasn't playing, and then he became an important player. So this is the reason why I say that, is just because I'm really happy about the work that we do here inside the building, and a lot of clubs call us, to send some players, because of the work that we've done. With that being said, we are not in a rush. We are few options for sure, but that's, I think, the most important right now. We are on Friday. Tomorrow is the game, and we trust this player. The player that we have in the building are players that have done fantastic job so far, and that's the most important. And of course, with Javi, with Scott, with Gianluca, we are always working on finding the best solution.
Do you find a big part of the job is choosing the players not to sign if you're being offered lots of players, not just picking the players that you do want to progress with?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's important to recognize what really the quality that we want. Don't be in a rush when you judge the player. Find the right fit, and it's difficult. That it happened at the beginning of the transfer market of first few weeks, as I said, and it was something that wasn't even looking at, as I said before, because Max was expecting to go back to Man City, and we were fine with the defensive line. So now we take our time, of course, but as I said, with the trust. 100% trust on the player that we have right now.
Is the fullback situation similar? You're trying to do something this month?
Yes, yeah, but also we don't want to create, a squad with too many players. Before we have to see also, as I said, give some time to the player they didn't have so far. Because they deserve it. They work hard. They are good player, high-level player. The competition is great during the week, and this is something that Javi is pleased about the level. But of course, yeah, we are looking something also on the side, left back or right back.
Mm-hmm. And Kwadwo Baah, you talked about as the dream signing last week. How's that one looking?
Look, I know how much this club and the fans love the transparency, and I'm agree with that, because it's nice sometimes. But we're talking about European caliber player like this, who can play in a top Premier League club. As I said last week, I think we are in a point where we create a great relationship, because this started 6 months ago. It didn't start during the transfer window right now, and of course now we became a serious option for him. Yes, that's what I can say. Yes, for sure. But then with player like this, is always takes time. It's difficult because we're talking about top players, as I said. But in the reality, we became a serious option. because the relationship is great. Gianluca and Scott started 6 months ago, and now we have to wait and see what we can do. But yeah, could be a dream come true. Yeah.
Is there a process to follow with him because of the health situation as well? Does that make things a little bit more complicated?
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons. Of course, we know the situation. We respect that. We worked since a long time on this kind of details, which are like the major details on this kind of situation. Then there is many clubs. They are on him as well. We are one of them, and we hopefully we can be the one he chooses.
How much do you talk as a team about taking advantage of the position that Watford are in now, 6th in the table, midway through the season, really strong squad? Is there a sense that you really want to take advantage of this moment?
I think everyone can take advantage. Every one of the people that work in here should wake up and having this great energy that this team gave to us. You know, at the end of the day, is everything about result. When you wake up and you're in this kind of situation, you are living this kind of moment. I think you just you want more. You want more, and the desire to go and reach something important became grow every day, you know, and that's it's something that Javi and the team created, and we just follow that energy that gave us this team right now.
Valon, with Bove, might Watford have the advantage because he hasn't played for such a long time? Watford were more likely to give him more of a go than a Premier League club. Will that help you?
No, we don't talk about a player that is not even here, and is, as I said before, we are an option for him. I think we have plenty of great players in the middle, and this is a situation that if there is, we're gonna look after. But I think Javi is very, very pleased with what he has right now, and Bove could be a great opportunity, but. Something that we don't talk about because it's not our player.
With the centre-back situation, January is difficult anyway, but because you're probably after a left-sided one and there are far fewer left-sided centre-halves, does that make it a bit trickier?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that, as you said, maybe left-footed is something more difficult in the market also because the ones that are playing, it's difficult to get them. But so far we did it without a left-footed, so we have also option with a right-footed. But I'm really convinced, I trust that the player that we have right now in the building, they are very good, and tomorrow they're going to do a great game because the quality is there. I'm sure then can happen some game that we didn't work out very well, but we trust a lot the player that we have here.
Last year, Watford left it quite late to try and get a striker, and it was the final day and it looked like it was going to happen and it didn't. There's 2 weeks until the transfer window shuts. Can you afford to leave it as late as that and then perhaps lose out on the one you're really after?
You mean about the striker, or you mean about
as in last year, the striker?
Right. Okay.
It was left. Yeah.
Okay.
And it didn't happen.
No, I think it's something that we consider the timing. Of course, the timing is important for us, but I think we have still plenty of time. And as you said, a lot is going to move in the few days as well. But we are not in a rush at all because we are a very attractive club right now, and we have many solutions on the table.
And just a final one, can you give us an idea of how it works? Do you sit down with Gianluca and Scott? Is Pozzo involved in discussions? How does it work?
Yeah, we have it's more people involved on that. We have our scouting department with Andrea, Papadia, and then with Javi, we find we're looking at the position that he needs and he feels like he needs, and then we're sitting down with Scott and Gianluca. We do all the report of the scouting, on every position. And then at some point we talk about Javi, about the different players. He gave his idea, we gave our idea, and then of course at the end you have to talk to the owner, and then the owner say yes or no. It gives the green light on term of also on the financial term.